لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين وصلى الله على سيدنا ونبينا وحبيبنا وقرة أعيننا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه وسلم. One of the most amazing things about our beloved Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and everything, as Sayyidah Aisha said about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was amazing, is his unimaginable humility alayhi salatu wassalam. Because he's the very best of creation. But as he said, that أَنَا سَيِّدُ وَلَدِ آدَمْ وَلَا فَخْرٍ, I am the master, the foremost, the most virtuous of the children of Adam, of all humanity. And there is no boast in this whatsoever. Right? That la is لِنَفْيِ الْجِنْس. Right? There is no boast in it whatsoever. But yet we see some amazing examples of the humility of our beloved Messenger sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And we'll look at a few from a beautiful work called Sharaf al-Mustafa by one of the teachers of Imam al-Qushayri, al-Esfahani, who amongst the hadiths he mentions in his chapter on Babu Tawadu' al-Nabi sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he says, لَقَدْ كَانَ صلى الله عليه وسلم يضع الإناء للهرة فما يرفع الإناء رحمة لها حتى تروي. The Prophet ﷺ used to lower a container for the cat to drink from. And there's other narrations, and he would tilt the container and keep it tilted. And he would not lift the container of milk until, but not just because it's not out of duty or responsibility. Rahmatan laha, out of mercy for the cat, out of mercy for the cat, until the cat had its fill. Right? So it's not, okay, I have a pet, so I have to take care of it. Why? Because I'm stuck. No. Out of mercy for the cat. And it wasn't his own cat, of course. That's the interesting thing. Right? إِنَّهَا مِنَ الطَّوَّافِينَ عَلَيْكُمْ وَالطَّوَّافَاتِ. The cat is of those that are amongst you and that go around you. Right? And that's the mercy of the Prophet ﷺ, right? Until he was sensitive to the need of the cat. Right? The next, and this is also related there's a number of narrations in Abu Dawood, and by Abu Nu'aym in the Hilya and the Tabarani and al-Awsat and others. There's many narrations about the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and the cat and cats. And the next hadith that he mentions, and this is also related by Abu Sa'ad, by Ibn Sa'ad in his Tabaqat, that كان صلى الله عليه وسلم يأكل الرطب ويطرح النوى في يساره. The Prophet ﷺ used to eat fresh dates, or rutab, and he used to put the date pits in his left hand. وَلَا يُلْقِيهِ فِي الْأَرْضِ. He would not throw it to the ground. And he would not spit it out. He used to, right, put it in his hand. فَمَرَّتْ شَاتٌ قَرِيبًا مِنْهُ. And a sheep passed by, close to him. فَأَشَارَ إِلَيْهَا بِالنَّوَى. So he pointed to it and showed it the date pits. التي كانت في كفي, that were in his noble hand, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. فدنت منه. So the sheep came close to him. فجعلت تأكل في كفه اليسرى ويأكل رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم بيمينه ويلقي إليها حتى فرغ فانصرفت الشاة. So the Prophet ﷺ pointed to the sheep, to what was in his hand, the date pits, and the sheep came closer. And it began eating the date pits. Apparently sheep can eat date pits. Right? From his left hand, so the sheep started eating the date pits from the left hand, and the Prophet ﷺ was eating the fresh dates from his right hand. And he would keep giving it the extra until he was done. And then the sheep went away. This is his care, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. Similarly, it's mentioned by the author of Sharaf al-Mustafa that the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam was on a journey. وَأَمَرَ أَصْحَابَهُ بِذَبْحِ شَاءٍ. And he told his companions to slaughter a sheep to feed the party, the group. So one man said, عَلَيَّ ذَبْحُهَا, said, I will slaughter it. Another said, I will cut it up. Another said, I will cut it into pieces. One is, I'll skin it. Another said, I'll cut it. Another said, I'll cook it. فقال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم علي أن ألقط لكم الحطب. I will go and gather the firewood. قالوا, they refused. Right? لا تتعنى بآبائنا وأمهاتنا أنت نحن نكفيك. Said, don't tire yourself. You are more precious to us than our fathers and our mothers. We will take care of it on your behalf. And he said, قَدْ عَرَفْتُ أَنَّكُمْ تَكْفُونَ. That I know that you will take care of it. لكن الله يكره من عبده إذا كان مع أصحابه أن يتميز من بينهم. But Allah dislikes from His servant that if he's with his companions, that he distinguish himself from amongst them. فقام رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يلقط الحطب لهم. So the Prophet ﷺ went and was gathering the firewood on their behalf. Right? And this is from his, even though they were so keen to serve him, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. And numerous other examples exist. We'll just mention one other example, and this is also related by Abu Nu'aym in his Hilya and others, that كان رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يوما يأكل التمر ويلقي الحشف فقال رجل. So he was eating dates and he was casting aside what was, and a man, this is how much they loved him. He wanted what he was casting aside. And he said, إِنِّي لَا أَرْضَى لَكُمْ مَا أَسْخَطُ لِنَفْسِي. I would not be pleased for you to take what I don't want to have myself. لَكِنْ كُلْ مِمَّا آكُلْ. But said, rather come and eat from what I'm eating. They wanted something that the Prophet ﷺ had eaten from, had partaken of. Why? Out of their love. But he said, no, I don't want to give you what I don't accept for myself. Come and eat from what I'm eating. And it's related وإن كان صلى الله عليه وسلم ليدعوه رجل من المسلمين شطر الليل على خبز الشعير فيجيبه. And truly the Prophet صلى الله عليه وسلم would be invited by someone, one of the believers, meaning any believer, not someone family or friend or close, in the middle of the night, just to eat some, what's sha'ir? Barley, right? From just barley bread, which on the grade of breadness is not exactly the most high class bread. But he'd go, sallallahu alaihi wasallam. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala that He make us both appreciate these qualities of the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam and to strive to acquire some of that. We ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to facilitate that for us and for you. Wa sallallahu ala sayyidina Muhammad wa alihi wa sahbihi.